Hello, hello. Hi, guys. I'm crooked. I'm sorry. All right, as you hop on, say hello. My lives always start off a little bit funky. So I'm just going to invite a few people, some friendly faces. But say hello when you pop on. All right, sent a few. Say hey, let me know where you're coming from. Hey, Gina, thanks for tuning in. Hi, Danielle. Okay, my setup's a little wonky tonight because, hey, because my window usually has amazing natural light, but the sun is setting right now. So I have this kind of funky setup going just so you can actually see me because the sun is setting and I had lines everywhere. But you can see my thing behind me's falling, so, you know, whatever. Say hey, let me know where you're tuning in from. Hey, Jill. Hey, Jory. Hey, Kristen. Hi, Danielle. Hi. All right, so I'm going to sit far enough back from the comments that I can't really see them without my glasses. Invite your girls and gents, if we have any in here, to say hello. So, if you don't know me, I am Val Tunks, and I'm an exclusive Black status presenter. As you know, we're in the group and I'm excited to be here. We're gonna talk about filling your cup tonight. And it's got a little bit of a different spin to it than we're probably used to talking about. So, hey Marie, hey Rebecca, hey Ashley, I'm gonna give you guys a couple more seconds to pop on. And while we're waiting, I want you to think about a couple of things. I want you to think about, because you're going to need to participate in the comments below, a couple of your self-limiting beliefs, some of the negative things that you say to yourself on a daily basis, preferably when it comes to your business, but it could really have to do with anything. I want you to kind of have that in mind, and we're going to turn it around, so don't worry, I don't want to talk about negative things, but we're going to talk about filling your cup. So I am a big, my team knows this, mindset to me and taking control of your thoughts is everything. And you may have heard before, and if you haven't, this business is basically personal development with a check. We get paid for personal development, okay? Like that's really what this all comes down to. We are the beginning and the end of our success. And that's hard. It's really hard to take ownership of the fact that we're responsible for our failures and our successes. But it's a huge thing, and it's because of everything that goes on in here. You know, the work we do, you know, you think about it, we have parties, we reach out to people, we build relationships, and while that may not come natural for some of us, that's not, like, we can all do this, but it's what happens in here that stops us from getting where we want to be. So you are solely in charge of your success, which is amazing because that means that you can be as successful as you want to be, as successful as you dream to be. So a little bit about my background. I used to be a counselor and then I became a certified life coach, and I did a lot of what we call cognitive behavioral therapy. And I'm not going to do that here because that is not the capacity I'm in, but I'm going to tell you guys, thoughts cause feelings. So when you think of something, it causes you to feel a certain way. And when you feel a certain way, you behave a certain way. And when you behave a certain way, you get certain outcomes. So if your thoughts are not serving you, and your thoughts aren't making you feel good and positive and empowered and uplifted and motivated and inspired, then you're not going to do the things to get the results that you want. You're going to end up sabotaging yourself with what it is. So, this isn't even going to be a very long video, but I have had trouble lately finding my words, so I figured that we're going to illustrate this in the most visual way possible so that when you lay down at night or when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling like you don't know what to do or like you are having those negative thoughts and spiraling downwards, you can think of this activity and you can boost yourself up. So what I want you guys to do right now is think about something that you say to yourself that stops you from moving forward, that stops you from sending that message, that stops you from going live, that stops you from doing a certain post on your wall. You can go to town and give me a bunch, or you can just shoot me one. Whatever you want to do. We're going to counteract these in a minute. But for what I want to show you, I need to hear in your words what it is. So I'm going to have to get real close because I can't see. Hey, Tia. Oh no, your Facebook keeps crashing. That's okay. You can watch the replay. And I know that there's a lag, but I need you guys to participate. So you're not a good leader. Jill, smacking you. Okay, so keep them coming because I want to do them kind of in a row. But I'm going to show you what I did here. We need to fill our cups. And like I said, it's not exactly what you might be having in mind, but your cup is not just the things that you do for yourself to build yourself up, but it's also the things that you say to yourself, okay? So here I have a cup, and can you see? It's full of water, okay? Hey, Jen! And some of you guys may have done this once before, and you may have seen it, but it was like a couple of years ago. This is your cup. This is you, and inside this cup is everything. It's like all of your motivation, all of your inspiration, okay? So every time you say something negative, look what happens to your cup. Can you guys see if I hold this here? Okay, so I'm not a good leader. Look what's happening to my cup right now. Do you see that? It's leaking. You feel like you're being annoying. Check it out. More comes out. She won't join me, right? You're giving up on yourself before she even tries. I don't deserve success. Look at that. Look at all this water. Look at all of this that's coming out of you. All the things that you're saying to self are draining your cup. I saw another one. I'm not a good leader. What else? Keep them coming because we're almost empty here. We're running out. We are totally draining our cup right now. We were full of water. This thing was full. This was full. It's still leaking. But do you guys see what happens? We're almost empty. It's leaking out of your eyes too, right? You see this? Your cup is almost empty, guys. So now you have this empty cup because you've been telling yourself all of these things. Your cup is empty. Like there's hardly anything left in here. You've been telling yourself all of these things. Now what? You have a new team member. What do you have left to give her? You have a new customer. What do you have left to give her? You have your family. What do you have left to give them? You're empty. You are empty. Okay? All of it's gone. There's like a sip left. That's it. We're not going to do that. You have drained your cup with those negative thoughts and those self-limiting beliefs. And guess what? Guess who has the power to fix that? You do. So what we're going to do, if you wrote one of those down, or guys, help them out. Give them a counteracting thing to say to that negative belief. What can you say to I'm not a good leader? What can you say to that? I have my comebacks because what we're going to do is we're going to take some tape. And we are going to cover up these holes and we're going to write on the tape kind of the counteracting thing that you can tell yourself. Okay? So I think we all feel like we're not a good leader at times. I think all of us who are running this page even feel like we're not good leaders at some times. But what do? You ask for help? Totally. You can say, I may not have that particular skill, but I can learn. I'm willing to learn. I'm coachable. I'm going to improve to be better. Love it. What else? Keep them coming. Because these are things that you need to do. All right, this tape is falling apart. You know how tape goes. But I'm going to write some of these on here. Right? I can learn, self-improve. Learn. Grow into leadership. Oh my God, I love that, right? Grow into leadership. I tell my new team members all the time, like learn as you earn. No one starts knowing everything. No one starts knowing all of this. Okay, so here's some of the counteracting. Personal development, which you know is my favorite. And I feel like as soon as you really dive into personal development and implement, and that's the biggest part, is implementing what you're learning, things start to turn around. Hey, Erin! Okay, so we have, learn as you earn. Like, come on. This isn't something where, if you jump in like surgeons, if they don't know what's going on and they just jump in, like something bad is going to happen. Nothing bad's going to happen here. It's makeup. Like, it's great. It makes you feel good. So someone has the wrong color. Like, big deal. That's really easy to fix. Okay. So we've got our counteracting beliefs going right here. Now look what happens when we're filling our cup and you tell yourself reinforcing things. It's staying in. Your cup is full. Your cup can hold everything that it has, right? It's got a lot of power in there. Your cup has all the things, okay? So what you are letting leak out and what you are letting pour out of your cup on a daily basis is either helping you or it's hurting you. And I know that if you're in here, like, you're in it to win it, okay? You don't want these things to hurt you. You want to be built up. You want to have a successful, thriving business. And it's totally up to you. You can absolutely do it. So what you're going to do, and I told you this was going to be short because that's as simple as it is. Your cup is empty. You've got to fill it. And I like the visual because when you can sit down and you can think to yourself, you know, when I have these moments too, I'm about to go live, right? And I'm freaking out. And I'm like, I have nothing to offer them. Like, I have nothing to offer these women. Why am I doing this live? And I'm like, shut it, Val. Like, shut it. You've got something. You have experience. And I have to put tape over that hole so that I can come on here and help and be of service. So you've got to sit back, and when you're having those thoughts and whatever it is that triggers you, that keeps you from doing the things that you want to do and know you need to do, sit and think, like, visualize spackling the hole, okay? Spackle it. Cover that thing up and give yourself a counteracting thought. And if you need me to give you one, message me and I will give you a counteracting thought, okay? So your task is write down those self-limiting beliefs, and you even did them in the video with Nikki earlier when we first started. The things that are holding you back, those self-limiting things, I want you to write them down. And I don't like having the negative stuff written down, but you need to in order to do this exercise. And right across from it, you are going to flip that around, okay? So if you feel like I'm not a good leader, then your counteracting thought is going to be, you know, I can do personal development to learn that skill. Or I can learn, you know, as I go. Like, no one, you know, we all have leadership skills in us. It's just tapping into what reaches other people, okay? If you feel like, you know, I know sometimes for me, one of my thoughts is, you know, I never feel like I'm not a model. Like, I'm just like a super normal girl. And sometimes I look at pictures of other people. I'm like, I can't put my picture up. Do you see her? Like, no, zip it. Like, that makes me relatable to certain people, right? So my counteracting is like, I'm pretty enough for my people, you know? Like, I can demonstrate makeup on like an average everyday kind of girl. You know, so I want you to put at least 5, and I know these are hard to do, but I want you to list at least 5 limiting beliefs, and I want you to counteract those 5. And I want you to use power words. So no try, no maybe. It needs to be like a definitive, I will learn. I can read this. I will listen to XYZ. I am beautiful. You know, whatever it is to counteract that. And I want you to read to yourself out loud your counteracting things. So they can be I statements, because I like I statements. The other thing I want you to do is rewrite your story. Because as we're emptying our cup and it's leaking all over the place, we change the story. Our story goes from a fairy tale to kind of a horror story. I want you to rewrite your story. Like, literally take a pen and paper and write your life as you want it to be in very detailed things. So pretend it's like a job description. And I want you to describe where you are, who you're with, what it feels like, the sounds you hear, what you're seeing, what your experience is like that day, as if it is already happening. Does that make sense? This was an exercise that I learned about when I read Beach Money, and that was like my first personal development book when I started this business. And that one set the pace for me to run to black. Like, that book was everything for me. And this exercise and then reading it over to yourself, I can tell you that first story I wrote, I have all of it. All of it has come true. And it was the furthest thing from what I had at the time. And then the third thing I want you to do, I know I'm giving you a lot of tasks, but we need to do this to fill your cup, is Deb Erickson. If you don't have her binaural affirmations, on your phone, and I have SoundCloud. I'll post the link below. I want you to listen to the binaural affirmations at least, today Tuesday? The next 5 days. I want you to listen to it once the next 5 days. So that's 3 things that I want you to do. Because listen, the stuff that made our cup overflow here and spill out, if those aren't things you would say to a friend or someone you love, don't say it to yourself, okay? Do not say those things to yourself, because it makes your cup run dry, and then what? You're left with nothing. So I'm gonna retype what the tasks are, but those are 3 things I want you to do for yourself to fill your cup. You've gotta have a full cup, or you can't give to anybody, you can't give to your business, you can't do anything. So I'm gonna scroll up, see if you guys have any questions. I know I talked really fast. Yeah, Aaron, Beach Money, Adler? I feel like his last name is Adler, something Adler. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now because he's like my book hero. Loved that book. Sorry, Melina, I almost brought you on camera. All right, Nicole, I'm reading your comment. You're terrified of the huge responsibility of having a large team and taking over as the breadwinner. Okay, so here's the thing. I totally get that. I absolutely understand that. And when you're growing, and if you're growing quickly and suddenly you go from maybe a team of 5 to 50 to 150 to 200 to 1,000, it's okay. Like, it's absolutely okay to feel overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed at times. I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. But you learn as you go, and that's okay. Like, we're all presenters. We are all presenters together. And you figure it out. You know, none of us are perfect, and that's okay. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, we're here to support our teams, absolutely, to guide them, to inspire, to motivate. But I know that there are people on my team who watch other leaders because they identify with them more. You're serving somebody, and if your intentions are good, if your cup is full and you're able to give to them what you have, you're speaking to somebody and you're serving somebody. And that's the beauty of our company in general, is like, we're all here to help each other. All of us that are running this group, we're not on the same team. We're not on the same downline. We're not necessarily even sidelines, but you may not relate to me and you may relate to somebody else, and that's totally okay. You know, you're not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. But don't stop yourself from success because you're afraid that you won't be able to handle, you know, the team that you have. You absolutely will. You absolutely will. But don't sabotage. Give yourself, how are you going to know? Right? It's better to like give it a try and be like, yeah, the big team's kind of hard, but I'm going to figure it out. You know, I never dreamt of being where I am right now. That was not my intention when I started at all. Yeah, Jill, read it. Hold on. Erin. Yes, you're learning as you go, and you're amazing, girl. Like, you're amazing. Don't put holes in your own cup. Like, do not put holes in your own cup. You've got to keep that cup full, and you can absolutely do that with everything. You know, if people are working with intention and people have goals, they're gonna keep working, whether you're their favorite person or not. You know, and every day I struggle. I'm like, am I giving enough to my team? Am I there enough? Am I present enough? Because I've got times where my cup is draining and I'm like, I've got to like spackle that thing up so that I can give, you know? So I know you do. I know. So I don't know. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I mean, if you could see how much water, and it kind of went all over my table, but how much water leaked out into this bowl because that cup was empty. So go fill your cups, and do those tasks. So counteract those negative thoughts, rewrite your story, and listen to Deb. And I want them here. I want it in the comments. If you're on replay, #replay, I am going to edit the post with the tasks. But thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And fill your cups. Just fill them. Fill them so that you can pour into everybody else. Love you guys. Have a good night.